G.I. Joe fans, Joe Motion Videos 82 here. It is time for another G.I. Joe toy review. And today we're going to be winding back the clock a little bit to 1989, one of my other favorite years in G.I. Joe history. Why is it favorite? Because I could attach some more emotion to it than I can with other years. You know, for instance, things like that came out in 1997, I can't apply anything much to that because in 97 I was you know, in college and didn't really have many funds to allocate towards collecting toys. It was just rent, school, food, rent, school, food, rent, school, food. So yeah, that was my life. I can't really say it has paid off in dividends, but it has definitely provided opportunities for me to do nice things for people, and it gave me a career that I'm happy in. So anyway, 1989 introduced us to Slaughter's Marauders, another G.I. Joe sub-team. Yes, the prior year of 88 we had Tiger Force, my favorite sub-team of all time. I just love the idea of them taking these old action figures and giving them new life so kids could get a chance to buy them if they missed them during a previous run. And the idea behind Tiger Force and Python Patrol, using captured vehicles and repainting them and then reallocating them towards their needs. That was a cool storyline behind that. And Python Patrol's camouflage armor or camouflage paint, is kind of like what we use with today's military with radar reflective paint. So it helps provide a little more stealth for all of our vehicles and aircraft that may be out there. They're always out there. I love hearing them out there flying their sorties. It's great. So we will be looking at Sergeant Slaughter today. So I decided to review him. Excuse me. In the past, I can't remember who I reviewed in the past, which I think it was Low Light and Footloose, but I put Footloose up here again because I want to point some stuff out. Here's some of my childhood memories with 1989 figures. I had purchased Footloose and Barbecue at a store called Yellow Front. It's no longer around. It had started off as a military surplus, I believe, and then eventually got into sporting goods. And as time changed, it started becoming more of a general store, and that's what I really liked, was the general store feel to it. And the reason why they called it Yellow Front, the front of the store was yellow. And I noticed there were a lot of military surplus stores here in Arizona at one point in time that the front of their stores were painted yellow. So I guess that was kind of an indication of them being military surplus and them easy to find if you're looking for military surplus stores. So I had a paper route. I was delivering a little newspaper called The Penny Saver. It was just a newspaper for ads, for people to post ads in. I would drive around or ride around on my bike through these neighborhoods. You weren't allowed to use a car, have your parents drive you around. You had to go by on your bicycle. So I had one of those pouches that you just throw over your shoulders. I had a pocket in the back and one in the front, and it put a lot of weight down on my shoulders, and it sucked. It hurt. So I had to put rags there to help take some of the pain or the pressure off my shoulder, tops of my shoulders. So I would just ride around and throw these papers at the houses that requested the papers. And if the paper wasn't picked up, I would have to get the old one out, pick the old one up, and not put a new one down, because some people would go on vacation or were winter visitors and they had gone home and forgot to cancel. So I made maybe $60, not even, a month on that. $35, $45 a month doing that, but that was enough to repair my bike tires. Out here we have these little thorns that get everywhere. We call them bullheads, because it looks like the skull of a bull, and these two horns that are sticking out through the top that grow on these plants have a pretty purple bloom on them, and those were always constantly popping my tires, putting holes in my tires. So I would have to repair the inner tubes all the time, and you remember those old tire patches, they sucked. But anyway, so I would go to Yellowfront and started buying my Joes there. I remember buying some of my Slaughter's Marauders figures from there. That's where I had first seen them. I got Barbecue and Footloose from there. Why I passed up on Sergeant Slaughter, I have no idea, because I really loved Sergeant Slaughter as a kid. Who didn't? He actually is one of the most involved with his fans that anyone from the wrestling community that I know of. I talk to him sometimes on Twitter. If he's on Twitter, I'll message him, and he'll message back, and with a Yo Joe or whatever, tell you to do push-ups, maggot, or something like that. He's a really cool guy. So I enjoy the interaction that we all have. He loves to interact with us. He really does. He loves his fans, and just loves doing what he does. I mean, he's just a very down-to-earth, good guy. But I also purchased from Yellowfront my first Alley Viper. Yes, sir. My Night Viper and my Annihilator. Yeah, those were the ones I got from Yellowfront. And then shortly after all this happened, Yellowfront had closed down, which really broke my heart. Broke a lot of people's hearts, because Yellowfront was such a cool store. The prices were pretty decent, and if you needed something, it was there. That's why it was a general store, and I just love the old feel of it. Excuse me. That general store feel that it had. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the review. So Sergeant Slaughter was released in said year of 1989. He's commonly known as Sergeant Slaughter's Marauders, Sergeant Slaughter. This is the version 4 of Sergeant Slaughter. We first had the mail-in, then we had the one that came with the Triple T tank, then we had the Warthog, and then we got Slaughter's Marauders, Sergeant Slaughter. He was released carded as part of the 8th series, and he was sold through 1990 and discontinued in 1991. So you could see him on the shelves through 91 and possibly into 92. So these guys are not rare by any means. The plastic on these were kind of funky. Just by looking at them, it was a different type of plastic, and it's notorious for them breaking. The Sarge, he came with one accessory, and we'll discuss that into the review. But I do not have his file card. But so we'll forego that. But I will pull up pictures of his card back for you guys to see. It's a pretty cool card back. I just love these things. That's why they made them, to appeal to the eye. So let's take a look at it. So they gave all these Joes a new color palette, as they did with all the sub teams, to differentiate them from everything else, as they should. Some people really like the color palette. This one, it works on some figures, and other figures it doesn't. I don't know what they were thinking with some of these really dark green and light green and blue colors. It's pretty weird, but it works with some guys, and with others it doesn't. So let's go ahead and take a look at Sergeant Slaughter. Before I forget, his original retail price was $2.99. Will we find him for $2.99? I don't know. Let's check out Byron's gripes. If we do for $2.99, you better buy a lottery ticket, because your luck is up. Yes, I seriously doubt we'll find one for $2.99 again on the aftermarket. Alright, so here he is, Sergeant Slaughter, and we have some visitors here in the background. We have Footloose and this very nice custom barbecue that Painted Plastic did for me. This was before the Slaughter's Marauders barbecue was released. I sent him a classified, obviously classified, but a Cobra Island barbecue, and asked him if he could mock up a Slaughter's Marauders barbecue for me, and he graciously did. So thank you again for this Painted Plastic. You did not have to do it. This is a beautiful piece, and I have it in a place of honor in my house. I bought this machine gun that goes very well with these action figures. This was from Rambo, the Rambo action figures that came out in the 80s, the Force of Freedom action figures. So looking at Sergeant Slaughter here, you can see that he's wearing his drill instructor hat. His glasses are now blue. He has a black whistle, a blue tank top. He has this deep forest green pants with splash of Kelly green on them. He's wearing wrestling boots, and they're black and brown. He has his signature pencil mustache, and on the top of his sergeant's hat, or Smokey the Bear hat as people call them, or drill instructor hat I should say, there's a little bit of brown up on the crown of it, and you could see right there, it's supposed to be the Marine Corps insignia. He did a fairly good job for the technology they had back then. His wristbands are flesh toned, which really surprised me that they left those flesh toned. But what is interesting here is they painted the rivets to be flesh toned. As you can see here, some of the paint has worn off on that rivet, but not this one, unless that was done by the previous owner, which very well could have been. I just lost my train of thought. It could have been the previous owner, because I've never had him before as an action figure. But you can see that there's, the whistle, his whistle, paint's rubbing off on him, and at certain areas on his back. But very muscular body there, broad-shouldered. He has that very pronounced chin. That's known as the Habsburg jaw, from the Habsburgs of Spain, the royal family of Spain. That they developed that jaw from marrying close relatives during the medieval period. So that was the but anyway, I won't get further into a history lesson. But yeah, that's, if you're wondering what that's known as, it's the Habsburg jaw, or the Jay Leno jaw. He has has that defining feature. So quite possible, you know, Sergeant Slaughter's related to the Habsburg line, and so is Jay Leno. So, you know, you could be looking at nobility there. Stick him back on the stand. So I wanted to point out here with Footloose, the colors do work with Footloose. I like, but this plastic was notoriously fragile. I remember breaking his thumb off, putting his M16 in his hand, and being pretty upset about that. Again, they failed to paint his watch, but they did paint over the rivets in his shoulders and did paint the rivets in his elbows. So that is a factory. Oh, sorry about that. That is done in the factory. So they did take a little bit of extra time with adding those paint applications, which they didn't have to. Now we're Sergeant Slaughter's swagger stick. This thing is very expensive on the aftermarket if you have the original. This one is a custom made one. You pick these up for, I got this one for $5 a while back. This comes from the scepter back in BC during the Roman era, with them holding a scepter. It's a sign of authority. So that's why you'll see excuse me, drill instructors carrying around a swagger stick. It was pretty prominent in the movie Full Metal Jacket, where they showed the late Arlie Ermy marching through the squad bay, singing happy birthday to Jesus on Christmas Day, and he was swinging his arm, and I think he had his swagger stick in his hand or under his arm. It's been such a long time since I've seen that movie. Last time I saw it was '96, I think. But yeah, this is one on the aftermarket. Very well done. It has the gold knob here on the top, and the handle is supposed to be made of wood. So I use this for all of my Sergeant Slaughters. So when you see me review another one in the future, if it's not the real one, if I happen to come across one, I will let you know if it is real or fake. I will not try to deceive you guys. So there you have it. The Slaughter's Marauders. Very nice custom barbecue. I really appreciate you for that, painted plastic. And I have it set up in my room to where I could look at it wherever I'm at. So he is just awesome, just altogether awesome. I don't move the joints around or anything. I don't want to chip the paint. I just want him as pristine as I can. So there we have it, guys. Let's go ahead and finish up this review. I've taken up enough of your time. All right, let me know what you think about this. Did you have this action figure as a kid? If you did, let me know. If you still do, please share that with me. I want to know what your childhood memories are of this. And this is late, but thank you to all the veterans out there who served this great country. It was Memorial Day weekend last weekend. Forgive me, I forgot to make a video of it. All this chaos going on in my house right now with all the construction that's being done on the kitchen and bathroom because of black mold, and then they tested the tile and found out it has asbestos in it. Yeah, that's just what two people with pulmonary problems need to be breathing in as asbestos. So it means the kitchen floor more than likely has asbestos in it. So my insurance company is top-notch, Allstate. Thank you guys. Unpaid promotion, Allstate. Thank you guys so much. They've gone above and beyond with helping us. They were wanting to put us up in a very nice hotel. I said, no, just let us stay here in the house, please. You know, it'll be a lot more comfortable for my mother, more convenient for me to go to work instead of having to fight traffic through Phoenix to, you know, go out to where I work. On top of that, you know, she has her cats, I have my cat, and, you know, we can't take them to a hotel. It would have to be pet friendly. I said, how about getting us a porta-john? I said, well, they said, we've never tried that before, so let's try it. So I called and made arrangements, and I put down the deposit, which they immediately reimbursed, and now they're covering the porta-john. So hopefully I got that bug in their ear now to where they could provide that to people as an option. So again, thank you, veterans. You guys, especially you guys with the UN who are helping the Ukraine. Our brothers up north in like, I just had a midlife moment. I am so sorry. In Norway, our brothers in Norway are helping the Ukrainian soldiers with training. So thank you guys, all of you in Norway. Thank you so much for your dedication to serving your brethren in arms. So let's go ahead and get back into the levity of this show. We are now back into my favorite segment of Byron's Gripes. Yes, sirree. Come on down to Byron's Gripes for your local gripe needs. Today, gripes are 2 for 1. So I use eBay just as a reference. I do not use it to pick on eBay or the sellers. That is not how I play this game. If you want to find somebody who is a bully, it will not be on this channel. eBay is a fantastic site. I do it just for the mere convenience. There are many other sites out there that sell G.I. Joe. I just use this for the convenience. Also, shop your local secondhand stores, your local comic book shops, and vintage toy stores. Support your small businesses. I know there are a lot of small businesses that sell on eBay, and I keep them tagged. So I'm helping a small business. If I want to shop for something, I will know who is a small business, and I will shop to help them out in their community. It keeps tax dollars in your state if you shop there directly. And you're also keeping a family business running. So anyway, Sergeant Slaughter. This one I am putting up with deal of the day. It is a Sarge by himself. Looks like he has both thumbs. $22.99 deal of the day right off the bat. Here is his file card, $24 or better offer. Okay, that is nuts for a file card, but when it comes to these sub teams, it seems to knock that price point right up into the stratosphere. Here's another Sarge without, most of them are without his swagger stick. Here's one for $42.99, $39.99, $36.99. Thank you. No, you guys can keep those prices. That is just nuts. And none of those were or better offers, but 2 of them had free shipping. So thank you for that at least. Here's one with his swagger stick. It is hard to tell the original from the vintage. Since I don't have a vintage to compare. This one is $109.99. $109.99. Ow, getting a brain pain. No, seriously, $109? That's wacko. For a loose action figure, I don't give a rip if he comes with a swagger stick or not. Could be trying to fleece us with the aftermarket swagger stick. Here's one loose. They're all loose so far. $44.95, $29.99 deal of the day. A bunch of these are just the little miniature ones that came with the action figures from 1989. And those, here's This is what I'm talking about. Let me pull one up. I don't remember the name. I used to have Bazooka and the Crimson Guard, but I traded them to get some store credit because I really wasn't collecting these. But $11.97 for that one. That's not bad. Someone's trying to sell one for $25. Okay. Full uncut card back, $99.99. You can keep it, thank you, but or better offer. How much are you discounting that? How much would you take? I worked with a recent or better offer. The dude did not even budge 50 cents. No, it went at 50 cents below his asking price. I just stopped trying to bid with him. There's just no dealing with that. Here's one carded, $3.35. Wow, $312.35. That is just completely wacko. I don't know what to say about that, guys. I haven't really looked at Sergeant Slaughter on the card, so I will put that with Deal of the Day. Some of these carded figures, it just gets nuts with the prices. Here's his Unbroken Waist piece, $9.95. That's good. That's Deal of the Day. Here's one. Okay, no swagger stick, broken right thumb, $19.54. That's Deal of the Day. Here's another one. This one is carded. I feces you not. Seven. You see that? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, really? Oh my gosh, this is nuts. $719.89. It's not acting, I promise you. It's not acting. That is insane. If that had an AFA grade on it, I would be a little more adept. But that's not even an AFA, and that doesn't even come in a clamshell. $719 for that silly thing. Oh my gosh. Here's another one. Here. Here's another one. $38. Not too terrible, but not grand. Here's version 2, just to mention. The one that came with the triple T. $27.99. Not bad. That I'll put that with Deal of the Day. I'm just throwing that one out there. Okay, here's one with 3 Sergeant Slaughters, version 1, 2, and 4. $300. So he's wanting $100 for all 3 of those. I think not. $100 each. No. Here's another one for 41. $8.99 for his legs. Here's one $29.99. The fingers on the right hand are broken off. Here's one for $24, missing both of the thumbs. There's just something weird about that plastic that they're made out of that just really jacks up. Gets jacked up with time. $39.99 for another. Waist piece $14.95. $44.10 for another. Here's one that somebody's trying to sell. Marauders that he's trying to sell with a triple T. I'll put this with Deal of the Day. $36.74. Okay, I'll go with that. That's pretty cool. and one for 65 and one for $11. But that $719 one, my gosh, I was not expecting that at all. I mean, that was nutso, guys. I'm glad it gave me a good laugh. I hope you you enjoyed that too. Gosh, dog it, man, that was something. So anyway, you guys take care. Stay safe out there, please. Remember, take care of yourselves, and take care. Definitely take care of yourselves, because how can you be kind to another person if you don't take care of yourself? So please remember to be kind to everyone, especially with times being goofy and backwards as they are. COVID kind of turned us upside down. So an ounce of kindness is worth a pound of cure. Opening a door, saying hello, a little smile, nod of the head, just anything to acknowledge a fellow human being. Get from this position to this position, because I think today's generation, their necks are fused in this position, so they have to, you know, their necks just don't move. It's just stuck in this. So that's all you see. I remember riding a bus one day, and it was full, so I had to stand. I don't remember what the full capacity was on a bus. Everybody's head was down in the phone, save for one, and they were reading a book. I got back from the doctor's office today, same thing. Phone, one book, and that was me. I was reading a book. But anyway, be kind to everybody, especially be kind to animals. They know nothing but unconditional love. So until next week, you guys take care. Hope you enjoyed this review. I had some fun with it. Again, thank you, Painted Plastic, for such a beautiful job you've done on this barbecue. He is a very prized possession, as is everything that is donated to this channel. You guys, you know, when you donate to the channel, it really does. It warms my heart. It's looking at everything right now that's been donated, and it is very heartwarming that you guys think of me so fondly. A stranger that you just see on a computer screen, but I feel like I know you guys too through your comments, and that's why I keep the reviews simple. You're in my home, you're in my toy dungeon, and we're talking about toys. I also thank you very much for your subscriptions. When I reach 700, one of these RAM cycles is going up for a giveaway, and I will be holding a giveaway for my channel subscribers too. Just a way to thank you guys for subscribing to this channel. Seeing the subscriptions go up is humbling. It honestly is. It tells me that I'm doing something right, and so I just keep on pressing forward. I'm doing something to capture the audience and hold you guys. So sometimes I worry that I talk too much, but this is my channel. I'm holding the microphone, so I can say any dang word I want to say. No, seriously, but thank you for that, for your subscriptions. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That helps this channel out, especially hitting that like button. That sets up the algorithm, so YouTube has an idea where to send my videos and get to spread them throughout the internet to different viewers as a suggestion for a view. So thank you very much for that, YouTube, for helping me gain more subscriptions. I really appreciate you guys on that end, and your hard work and efforts you put into doing that, especially Hasbro for putting out new toys for us old farts to play with. So you guys take care. Love you guys. See you next week for another G.I. Joe toy review. Bye-bye. Come on. It's time to go. I don't want to go. That's the problem. But we'll see you later. Bye.